Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Beaudry Field on the campus of Dracut High School as the Dracut High School Middies welcome the Winchester Sackums in an MIAA football matchup this evening. Both teams are, well, let's go to our national anthem played by the Dracut High School Marching Band. Well, we're ready for action tonight here at Beaudry Field. Both teams coming off losses the previous week. Winchester is coming off a 28-7 loss to Marblehead in the MIAA playoffs, so they're coming in. We'll see where their mind is. Dracut is coming off a heartbreaking 40-31 loss last week to the Medford Mustangs. So here we go. Dracut has won the toss, and they're elected to receive. And this is another stop in the Dracut High schedule this year where everybody but last week's opponent is a playoff team. So correction, folks, right off the bat, Dracut has won the toss and has deferred, so they will receive the ball in the second half. Kicking off for Dracut will be number 30. Zach Lackmany. Back deep for Winchester is number 21, Samuel Casey. And the ball is on the ground and it's picked up by number 24, Devin Morocco. And so now Winchester comes out on offense from their own 34-yard line. Starting for quarterback for Winchester will be number 14, sophomore Liam Fitzpatrick. In the backfield with him, running back is Devin Morocco. And again, it looks like they're starting off in shotgun with twin receivers each side. The give up the middle is to Morocco, and he breaks it, and he is taken down at the 50-yard line for a 16-yard gain. Nice start for Winchester.
Devin Morocco taken down.
So Winchester lines up, looking into their coaches for the play. Fitzpatrick looking in. Winchester spread out, twin receivers left, slot twin right. Inside hand, no. Fitzpatrick out to the right, it is complete, and for a first down. They faked the handoff inside and threw outside. And that is complete to number 21, Samuel Casey. That's another Winchester first down. Now there's first and 10, Winchester at Dracut 38-yard line. Winchester again looking in for the play. This kid Fitzpatrick looks like he has a live arm, so Dracut better be on the on the lookout in their secondary. Man in motion is Casey. Inside handoff to Morocco, and he is stopped by the inside of the Drake line for a 2.5, 3-yard gain. So we'll have a 2nd and 7 from the Drake 35-yard line.
Number 24 up the middle. Stopped after a short gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Fitzpatrick in shotgun. Looks over the defense, same formation. He fakes, throws the ball out to the right to Samuel Casey, and he has, looks like he goes out of bounds for a first down depending on the spot of the official. And they're pointing first down.
Number 24, taken down out of bounds. Enough for another Winchester.
That was number 24, Devin Morocco, who started the game in the as a running back, and now he's split out wide. Plays coming in from the sideline. Fitzpatrick gets the play, calling signals. Same formation. And an inside handoff to number 21, Casey. The senior captain for an 8-yard gain down to the Drake 20-yard line.
And up the middle, number 21. Gain of about 7, 2nd and 3.
2nd down, they stay in shotgun. Fitzpatrick gets a snap, runs to his right, comes off tackle, and is brought down after a gain of 4 yards for a Winchester first down.
Fitzpatrick on the keeper.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the Drake 15-yard line.
But enough for another Winchester first down.
Fitzpatrick in shotgun, Morocco offset right. Receivers split both sides. Back to pass is Fitzpatrick, and the ball is incomplete.
Pass by number 14 over the middle, incomplete. Play broken up by number 25.
Play was broken up by captain number 25, Kyle Maxim. Nice play. Didn't give up on the ball. Hit it out of the receiver's hands. Now we have a 2nd and long for Winchester. Morocco offset left, Fitzpatrick in shotgun. Receivers wide right and left. Spread formation. Casey comes back in motion. And he takes the handoff off left tackle. And for a short gain of about, I'm looking for the spot of the official, for about 2 yards.
And off to number 21. Tackle made by number 2, Justin Gauthier.
Looks like the tackle was made by senior linebacker Justin Gauthier. Fitzpatrick is in shotgun. Obvious passage collision. Trip receivers right. Morocco offset left. Timeout Winchester. One of their first 5 timeouts. Looks like Fitzpatrick didn't like what he saw, and I think he had a blitzer coming in off his right side where they probably didn't slide protection that way. What usually will happen, folks, the quarterback will look at the defense, and he'll call out where the Mike is, which is the strong linebacker. And what the Mike will do, when they call it the Mike or the Sam or whatever they're looking for, and the protection will slide that way. So it looks like Drake was sending a blitz, and now they stop. So we have a cluster formation wide right. Fitzpatrick is in shotgun. Morocco offset right. Snap to Fitzpatrick, and he keeps it, and he goes over right tackle for a short gain, maybe no gain.
Run up the middle.
And so now Winchester has a 4th down. 4th and about 8. We'll see if they're going to be kicking a field goal.
Stops at the line.
Or.
It'll bring up 4th and 8 for Winchester.
So they're probably going to, it looks like they got the field goal team coming out. as Winchester sets up for a field goal. Kicking the field goal for Winchester is number 1, Shaya Hedinata. Here we go. Hedyatina. Hedyatina approaches the ball, leg forward. The kick is up.
Kick is up.
And the kick is good.
And it's no good.
And no good. So there's a break. Drake dodges the first bullet. Now they have the ball back. A good defensive stand by Drake at High School when the ball got into the red zone. So now Drake will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Nice start for the Drake Middies. They stiffened up on defense. And the field goal was missed. And now they have the ball at their own 20 with an opportunity to see how the offense is going to look to drive the field. Here comes the Drake offense. It looks like number 12, Thomas Crowley, is coming in as quarterback with number 31, David Choate, as running back. Crowley is in pistol formation. Drake is spread wide right and left, back to passes Crowley. And he looks over the field. He takes off, and he's hemmed in, but he's coming to the left, and he goes out of bounds around the 18-yard line, about a 2-yard loss. Crowley made a lot out of that one. He could have been sacked for about a 10-yard loss where he was lined up. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Actually, he got back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Crowley. So Crowley is coming again in pistol. Choate is the running back. Twin receivers right and left. Crowley hands the ball off to Choate, and the play was blown dead. It looks like Drake had an illegal formation. Yep, or a movement prior to the snap. So that'll give Drake a 2nd down and 15 from their own 15. Crowley and pistol, Choate behind him. Snap to Crowley, looking downfield. Is in trouble, and it looks like he will be brought down by a host of Winchester Sackhams, which will lead to a 3rd down, and it looks like 21 yards to go.
That'll bring up 3rd down for the Middies.
Crowley looked at his first initial read. It wasn't there. Then he started going through his progressions, and by the time he did that, the Winchester rush was all over him. So Crowley is in pistol. Back to pass, and the rush again. Throw to number 31, David Choate, and David Choate is buried by number 42, Anthony Framueni, an inside linebacker. Nice play. He read the screen pass all the time. Drake had tried to bring a Winchester in and throw a screen pass. It was unsuccessful, but it's offsides on Winchester, so Drake will have another 3rd down opportunity, this time 3rd and 16 from their own 14. So Crowley comes back out in pistol. Drake has trips receivers right, single receiver left, back to passes Crowley, looking downfield, fires down the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by number 21, Samuel Casey, and Casey gets the ball down to the Drake 9-yard line, where Winchester will have the ball 1st and goal.
Sam Casey, run back inside the 10, and Winchester will take over.
Nice play by Casey. Read the quarterback's eyes all the way.
From the 9.
As soon as he threw it, went to the high point, picked it off, and then brought the ball back down to the 9, where Winchester is set up in a 1st and goal. So Winchester comes out, quarterback under center in a power formation, and the inside handoff is to number 31. We'll get that number, folks.
Run up the middle for a short down. It'll be second down.
By number 31, which we do not have on the program. So number 31, running back, had a gain of about 5 yards, or 4 yards to the 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal from Drake at 5-yard line. Again, Fitzpatrick's under center. And the pitch is to number 21, Casey. And Casey goes in for the touchdown.
And off the middle, number 21.
Basic power play, folks, is what they had, what we used to call aces. But it's a 3-back setup where there's 2 on the wing and there's 1 behind the quarterback. He's under center. He takes it, does a reverse pivot, flips the ball to the wing coming to the left, and he goes off tackle behind 2 blockers for the touchdown. So number 1, Shea in for the extra point, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So coming upfield with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter, it is Winchester 7 and Drake nothing. So now I'm kind of interested to see how the Drake high special teams react in this situation, because last week they had 2 or 3 long returns, one for a touchdown by Mike Lavasser. So here we go. Drake needs to see if they can get some good field position and to work their offense. So that kicker from Winchester is Shea Heda Yatina. And I thought my name was tough to pronounce. Well, I'm just going to call him for the rest of the night, folks, Shea. S-H-A-Y-A, Shea. Looks like Shea is going to be doing the kicking. Sets up the tee to the left of the hash. Oh, I think we have a little rain here tonight, folks. It shouldn't be that much of an issue since it's a nice warm evening. And I'll just tell you the tempo. Well, Shea approaches the ball, and he kicks it on the ground. And out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Take return by number 31, David Choate.
And the return was by 31, David Choate. Obviously, Winchester was watching film because of how Drake had created huge returns against Medford last week. So now we have Drake with a 1st and 10 on their own 22.
From the 22.
Crowley brings out the offense. Twins receivers split left and right. Choate in the backfield. Crowley back to pass, slip screen. Number 10, Lavasser, and he is taken down after about a 4-yard gain up to the 20. Actually, a 2-yard gain. Excuse me, folks, up to the 25-yard line, where Drake will have a 2nd and 8. Drake has to play a clean game, folks. They have to play penalty-free, turnover-free in this game. And the inside handoff is kept by Crowley, and Crowley comes out around the left side and taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line for no gain.
Taken down after a short gain. We'll bring up 3rd down for the Middies.
3rd down for Drake, 3rd and 8 for Drake at their own 25-yard line. Crowley getting to the play. We have twin receivers right and twin left. Slot receivers each side. Crowley gets a snap, looking downfield. Gets flushed out by number 41 and throws the ball out of bounds. Number 41, Robbie Walsh, made the defensive play, forcing Crowley to move to his right where he had to throw the ball out of bounds.
Incomplete.
And that pass was incomplete.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Middies.
And so now we have a 4th down and 7 yards to go. Drake in punt formation. The snap. Kick is away. It bounces at the 35, and it's going to come out dead at the 31-yard line. And as the sky is opened up, folks.
One by number 17, Jacob Enright. Down at about the 32. taken down, but there's a flag on the play. Flag is on the offense. And that will back him up.
They didn't care. Yeah, no, I told him, guy in the blue shirt. He said, okay, thank you. So, he knew.
And off up the middle. Enough for a first down. And off up the middle. Stopped after a short gain. It'll be third down for Winchester. Pass complete. Number 18. For a Winchester touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I can move this. Yeah, do it.
Extra point is up.
Yeah.
And it's good.
All my stuff.
And your score with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Winchester 14. Drake it 0.
The problem is the amp. The amp is short. So let's start from this point here.
Well, we're back. We're back after technical difficulties, folks, where the rain came in and it looked like shorted some equipment. In the meantime, Winchester scored another touchdown and lead Drake at 14-0 with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Thayer kicks the ball off. It's taken by number 10, Lavassa. He comes out to his left, breaks a few tackles, and gets the ball out to the 25-yard line, where Drake will take over in need of an offensive drive here.
Number 30, Zach McManey.
Excuse me, correct that. That's Zach McManey. Now the rain has gone away, folks, and we are.
Drake will take over. First and 10.
Draken has the ball. Snap to Lavasser. Breaks it over the left. Fights his way up to the 28-yard line for a pickup of 3 yards.
Lavasser on the keeper.
So now Draken will have a personal foul, face mask on Winchester, so that will give Draken his first down of the game. And as the officials will mark the ball off, it'll go from the 28 to the 43-yard line.
Face mask on the defense.
Looks like we're back full, folks. Sorry for the interruption.
And Draken, first down.
And so now we have a Draken first down at their own 41-yard line. Lavasser is a quarterback, tight formation, hands the ball off. Carry for Drake it would be number 31, David Choate.
And off to number 31, David Choate.
Choate is no gain on the play, so it will be a second down and 10 for Drake it.
Stopped at the line, second down.
Again, Drake comes out in the tight formation. This is the tightest I've seen him all year, folks. Lavasser's a quarterback in shotgun. Snaps to Lavasser, and he gives the ball to Choate over the left side, and Choate gets a nice 7-yard gain.
And off the middle to number 1, Zach Burgoyne.
Oh, excuse me, folks. That would be Burgoyne in the backfield.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
It's going to be almost impossible to call the names out, folks. So it's going to get a little muddy out here. And as you can see, the numbers are very difficult to see at night. So that would be the end of the first quarter with the score of Winchester 14, Drake it nothing.
Your score after 1, Winchester 14, Drake it 0.
So Drake it needs to get a nice little sustained drive, work some clock, put the ball in the end zone, and get this to a one-score game. And then anything's in play. We have weather issues tonight, obviously, which nobody expected, but we have some weather issues, and the ball could get slippery. Things could happen. So we're going to have a 3rd down and 3 for Drake it at Winchester's 47-yard line. And the officials have placed the ball, and now they need to move and the chains have been moved. So now we have a 3rd and 3. Lavasser still a quarterback. Burgoyne in the backfield. Drake's power formation, and they sweep left with Lavasser, and he goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line after he has another Drake it first down.
Out of bounds, but enough for a mini first down.
This Lavasser kid's the real deal, folks. He's dynamic out there. He's a weapon both for Drake on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Again, Lavasser lines up a quarterback, and Drake it's power formation. And Lavasser hands off to Burgoyne for a 2-yard loss. Winchester shot the A gap in that play, but it didn't seem like, I don't know if the officials, I thought they were offsides. So we have a 2nd down and 12. So Drake gets in their power formation. Snap is to Lavasser. Ball is fumbled, and it's recovered, looks like by Winchester.
Fumble on the play.
Recovered by number 84. I hope I can get
Sam Ducharme on the recovery.
number 84, Stan Ducharme on the recovery. It's like I was saying, folks, turnovers are going to play a big part in this game from now on. The ball's probably wet out there, and I'm trying to get my my rosters since the rain soaked the entire booth. So let me see if I can get that. So that was recovered by number 84, Sam Ducharme, as I got help from the public address announcer. And Medford comes out with good field position on Drake's 49-yard line. Fitzpatrick at quarterback. Fitzpatrick takes the snap, hands the ball to Morocco over the left side, and he scampers into the secondary, and he is taken down finally by the Drake secondary after a 16-yard gain down to the Drake 35-yard line.
Taken down. But enough for a Winchester first down.
So Winchester now is approaching the red zone with a 1st and 10 at the Drake 35-yard line. Talking to some of the Drake coaches before the game, this kid Fitzpatrick playing quarterback for Winchester is a sophomore, and he's a real deal. Looks like a very good player. Was watching him warm up, very strong arm. So now Fitzpatrick takes a snap, and the ball gets away from him. The ball is on the ground, and he gets away, and he is taken down for a 7-yard loss.
Picked up by number 14, Fitzpatrick.
This could be that type of game, ladies and gentlemen. This is after this rain. This is the second. This is the second mishap on the on each offense. This is where anything can happen in this game. So now Winchester comes out after that play, and now they have a 2nd down and 17 from Drake's 42-yard line. Maybe we'll see Fitzpatrick show off that arm of his. Fitzpatrick is in pistol formation with 24 Morocco behind him. The snap is to Fitzpatrick. He gives the ball to Morocco off the left side, and he gets that yardage they lost back and then some as he scampers down to the Drake 29-yard line.
Off to number 24.
So now we after that
Taken down. It'll be
14-yard
third down
gain,
for
it'll be
Winchester.
3rd down and 4 for Winchester. We could be in 2-down territory for this offense. So Fitzpatrick brings them out. Well, it looks like they're in the same type of power formation that Drake was. Fitzpatrick calling signals. Looks over the defense, snap, and fake pitch, and Fitzpatrick keeps it on a keeper. Goes off tackle for a 1st down to the Drake 21-yard line.
Number 14 on the keeper.
So now after that almost disaster of that fumble that they had that Winchester had,
First down.
now they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Drake 21. Fitzpatrick is out over in shotgun. Morocco behind. Snap, hand off to Morocco down over the middle, and he is stuffed for no gain. Well, maybe a yard. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 from the Drake 20-yard line. On the first series of the game, Drake got really toughened up when they got down to this area. Let's hope that this can happen again.
It'll bring up 2nd
And he's,
and 10 for Winchester.
Morocco was tackled by Willett. By number 76, Brandon Willett. Yeah, here comes Fitzpatrick with Morocco offset to his right, power formation right. And the pitch right goes to Morocco, and he is swallowed up by the Drake defensive front.
Handoff and tackle made.
Making,
by number 25,
making
Kyle
the play on that,
Maxson
who came up really fast, was number 25 to stop that play in his tracks. Kyle Maxson. Folks, what he did was he saw the formation, beat the initial block at the line of scrimmage, and forced Morocco to go places he didn't want, back to where the pursuit was coming. So once that was done, that play was over. So now we have a 3rd and 13. We'll see if Winchester is going to be throwing on this down. So Fitzpatrick is in shotgun with Morocco to his left, power formation to his right. Snap, gives it an option look, pitch to Morocco over the left side, and he is brought down after a gain of 6 yards to the Drake 15-yard line. So it will be 4th down and 4.
Tackle made. Short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down.
Looks like Winchester's going to go for it. They bring it to the game, number 21 senior captain Sam Casey, and he's spreading them out wide right. This could be a matchup that they're looking for. Well, actually, Casey is tight to the line. And on this 4th down, and here comes Fitzpatrick. Snap. Rolls to his right. Looks downfield. Throws downfield to the end zone. And it is out of bounds. And Drake holds. Drake will get the ball back from their own 15-yard line.
And the Minis will take over.
This is the second time Drake has toughened up as the ball got closer to their goal line. That's a good sign, folks. So they take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half. Now Drake will be receiving the ball to start the second half. So it'll be incumbent on them to see if they can go drive the ball down the field, put it in the end zone, take back the kick the next at the beginning of the second half, and then drive it again. Look like Crowley's coming back in at quarterback. And at running back is number 1, Zach Burgoyne. As they're in double slots in pistol. Snap to Crowley. Crowley hands the ball off to Burgoyne over the left side, and he is taken down after no gain.
Number 1, Zach Burgoyne. Short gain, it'll bring up 2nd down.
Probably gain of about a half a yard, or to a yard. So it's 2nd down and 9 from their own 16-yard line. Crowley's in pistol. Takes the snap, back to pass, fires out to the right to a screen, slip screen. And very nice gain for Drake.
Crowley pass to number 30, Zach McNamee.
Pass to number 30, McNamee, for a 7-yard gain. So Drake now has a 3rd down and 3.5, 4, which is a lot better than the third and 9 or 10 they were staring at. So now we have Drake out in their spread formation, typical spread formation, except they have trip receivers to the quarterback's left. Crowley is in pistol with Burgoyne to his right. Odiana is spread out all by himself to the right. They run a little slip screen, and then pass is complete to McNamee, and it looks like Drake was just about a yard and a half short. So it'll be 4th down for Drake. Punting for Drake is number 17, Jacob Enright, who's also a defensive back, folks. So entirely, they probably have plays in to run. And there it is. He runs up and he gets the 1st down.
Number 17.
Enright goes for the 1st down. That looks. I think I saw that coming, folks, because Enright, not only is he a fine kicker, but he's also a defensive back, which means he can run. And that play went for a 1st down with 3 minutes left in the first half. Drake continued their drive. Crowley brings them out. Slot right and left. And pistol snap. Back to pass to Lavassa, number 10. Lavassa goes sprinting into the secondary for another Drake at 1st down. Lavassa is definitely a weapon on this football team. We've got to see if they can get him the ball in all different areas in space, because he takes the ball in space and he becomes dynamic with it. And so Drake has another 1st down after driving the ball from their own 15-yard line. Crowley is in pistol, takes the snap, back to pass, slip screen out to Kyle Maxim, and Maxim keeps fighting, and he gets taken down by a host of Winchester tacklers with a maybe a 1-yard gain, or maybe even looks like it's a loss of not even a loss, but it's a no gain. So it's a 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Crowley brings him out. In pistol, back to pass, looking right, sees up, runs to his left, and fumbles. But the ball is recovered by Drake. So we have a 3rd and
recovered by the offense.
So we have a 3rd and 8 for Drake at their own 45-yard line, and I believe we have a timeout for Drake. So, folks, we have a timeout, and we'll set the situation for you. It's third down and 8 with 1:49 left in the first half. Drake has the ball on their own 46-yard line after driving the ball out from their 15. This was a very effective drive in the course of this game, and I'll explain why. Is because a 3 and out at their 15 means they're punting, and the ball probably comes out to midfield for Winchester. Now that they've driven it off and they've also used some clock up, it's not as much as a dangerous situation going into the half. So good job by the Drake offense. Sometimes your best offense, you need your best offense not just to score, but to switch to flip field position, which they've effectively done. So as we look out and Drake gets their instructions from their coach, it's just a 2-score game with a minute 49 left in the first half. Crowley brings the offense out. Burgoyne behind him as Crowley comes out in pistol. Crowley's back to pass, so the trips receiver's right. He gets flushed out, and he is brought down for a 6-yard loss by the middle of the Winchester line, led by number 56, if I can get my roster here, because as we pointed out, we got rained on. Number 56, Christy Redler with the sack. So Enright's back to pass, and I bet you that Winchester will commit some defense to the front, which, yeah, it looks like they have. So Enright getting ready to kick. Balls to Enright. Left-footed boot out. Caught by number 21 on a fair catch, Sam Casey. So Winchester will have the ball with a minute and 4 seconds left in the first half. And as you see, what we talked about flipping field position, folks, Winchester starts at their own 30. They would have had at least 25 more yards had they bounced Drake it back when they had it on the 15. So that was a decent job by the Drake offense. So Winchester come out with Fitzpatrick at quarterback, Morocco to his left, twin receivers right and left. Back to pass, fires off to his left, complete to Casey for about a 5-yard gain. With second down, with the clock running.
Taken down after a gain of about 5. It'll bring up second down.
So the 2nd and 5, and Fitzpatrick's in shotgun. Back to pass, here comes the rush, and he is hit and throws the ball out of bounds.
Pass incomplete. Hit hard by number 76, Brandon Ouellette.
Brandon Ouellette was in there, forcing that errant pass, and now we have a 3rd down and 5 from their own 35-yard line. This is where Drake may end up using some time. If they can stop him here, you call a timeout, get him to punt, you get the ball back with some time left in the half. I think at this point, it is what it is. Fitzpatrick calling signals, changes the play, maybe. Looking over the defense, snap, and the ball is an inside handoff to number 24, Devin Morocco, for a first down.
Handoff up the middle.
That was a 9-yard gain for a first down. So the clock is stopped with the moving of the stakes.
Timeout taken.
Now timeout by Winchester. So, folks, we remind you to stay around for halftime as the Drake High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Zach Cooper, will be performing for you at halftime. Always a treat. The kids do a great job. So here we go. We have twin receivers right and left. We have Morocco in the backfield with Fitzpatrick. Man in motion. Make it trips left. Looks like he's going to set up a screen to the left. Throw downfield to number 9. Sam Durkin, and that is incomplete. So that only took 6 seconds off the clock, so we have a 2nd and 10 for Winchester at their own 45. They may be setting up a screen to the left. They brought that man in motion. We'll keep an eye on that. With Matt Cronin. So Fitzpatrick calling signals. Moreno to his left. And inside screen to number 18. Cronin, and Cronin runs it out for a first down. With 18 seconds left in the first half. And a first down, and Winchester calls timeout.
Timeout taken by the offense.
And there are the Drake cheerleaders. Hope they're not too wet. We got more wet up in the booth here. The rain seemed to drive right in, knocked our equipment out, and our director Gary Muse came out and had to do some quick work to get me on the air. And I'm sure my wife was saying, "Now leave him off." I don't need to hear him anymore, but that's okay. So we're down to the second with 14-0 with 18 seconds left. I don't know. You really can't keep track of how many timeouts because they get 5 a half, so you kind of lose track of it. And here we go. Here comes Winchester, Fitzpatrick, and Pistol. Morocco to his left. Calling signal, snap. Back to pass. Throw downfield is incomplete. Intended for number 18, Cronin.
Pass by number 14, incomplete.
And that took, these plays, it took about 6 seconds, so we have 12 seconds left in the first half. Seems to be a flag on the play. Maybe indication is offsides, too many men in the field, or offsides Drake it. Let me see. Too many men in the field. Oh.
Legal man downfield.
Oh, there you go.
On the offense.
A legal man downfield. I shouldn't. Sorry, missed that signal, folks. Yep, legal man downfield, hat to the head. So on an offensive penalty, in the pros, they run 10 seconds off. But I guess they're not doing that here. I guess because we're not playing under pro rules, I guess. So Fitzpatrick, looks like we have 1 or 2 more plays left. He's back to pass. Here comes Drake on the blitz. Fitzpatrick steps up in the pocket. And he gets hit at the 39-yard line, and that's it for the first half. And that'll be it for the first half with the score.
And that will take us to the half.
That is it with the score of Winchester 14 and Drake at 0. And now, under the direction of Zach Cooper, please welcome the Drake High School Marching Band. And I will pick up after the band performs, and we'll go to the second half. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your Drake High School Marching Band. Under the direction of Zachary M. Cooper, presenting their 2015 show, Game On. The staff includes Assistant Band Director Lindsay Hendricks, Color Guard Director Chelsea Reese, Percussion Tech Dave Grant, Visual Writer Justin Mitnick, Drum Majors Allison Wright, John Urell, Color Guard Captains Allison Zarowski, Madison Trapnier, Soloists Jillian Noble, Andrew Collins, Daniel Gasick, and John Urell. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Drake High School Marching Band.
Well, we're back here for the second half of tonight's action between the Winchester Sacums. Thank you, Gary. Sachums. Okay, we'll just call them Winchester, and the Drake High Middies. The game it's a close game with Drake on the short end of the score with being down 14-0, but it's only a 2-possession game. Drake had 2 strong defensive stands in the first half inside the red area, keeping Winchester from scoring. So, and one of the Winchester touchdowns was based on a turnover, and they started at the Drake 9-yard line. It's very difficult for a defense to come in and hold something there. So, an encouraging first half. Actually, even though Drake was leading last time at halftime, I think they're playing better tonight, folks. So, sometimes the scores can be deceiving. One thing Drake has to watch out for as they begin the second half is getting worn down in that defensive front. They, Winchester ran the ball pretty hard at them, and they have some hard-running running backs led by number 24, Devin Morocco. Their quarterback, Fitzpatrick, is a fine young player, and he's only a sophomore. So this Winchester team will be pretty good in years to come. They'll have the quarterback, and looks like they have a decent line. So Drake has their work cut out, but they're in this game, and like I said, down 2 scores. Outstanding work for tonight for Drake again is Mike Lavasser. Mike Lavasser is a force, folks. He comes in, and he's a dynamic force that affects both sides of the ball. He comes in on defense and is a going concern as he was in the quarterback's face most of the time he was playing defense. And then on offense, as a wide receiver, he caught a few and moved piles as he was running. And then he went back to the quarterback position and again was dynamic in his run. So Drake needs to see if they can keep their defense off the field, a long drive, not get pushed around up front. What we have. So far, the teams are still in the locker room as the band is actually, here comes Winchester. So I guess we will have a second half, and I'm sure Drake will be following up. Again, Drake will receive the ball as they won the toss in the first half and deferred. So let's see what they can do and see any adjustments they made on offense. From a coaching perspective, if I was coaching what the Drake defense, and I think they do this, I would be stunting and slanting and using athleticism and speed, because Drake is just typically a small team. And there's Mike Poitras with a camera down on the field, and he wanted me to wave to him. He did, but he didn't even have the camera on. Oh, there he goes. We've yet to see Drake. I would be reading the names of the Drake High cheerleaders who are here tonight. The only problem we have is we had a rainstorm, and I lost all my information. Well, let me try. Here we go. This may work. And so the Drake High cheerleaders here tonight are Brooke McCarthy, Bridget Picone, Tara Picone, Christina Schiappelletti, Dashana St. Hubert, Avery Tethaway, Heather Frieda, Caroline Mangano, Kate Maney, Grace Spadaro, and Joy Bath. So welcome, girls. We enjoy watching your performance, and hopefully we'll settle down and we'll have a nice third quarter here. Again, here comes the Drake High Middies onto the field, getting ready for second half action. And clock isn't set yet, but I'm sure the coaches will go over the last minute details, and the captains will come out and line up where they're going to line up. Coach is counting them up, making sure you have 11 out there, not 12. That's a penalty. So here they go, and Draco will be going from my right to left, or right to left on your TV screen. There's virtually no wind tonight, although there's a little bit blowing. Winchester has the wind a little, but I don't think it's significant. Although when I was on the field before the game, it didn't seem like there was a significant weather issue. And then that storm rolled in and knocked out all our communications here up in the booth. So Sire is going to kick off. I'm not attempting his last name again. And his kickoffs have been ground balls, basically. I would believe that the Winchester coaching staff saw the Dracut return game last week and didn't want much to do with it. And again, oh no, he kicks off pretty deep. And that would be to Lavasser at the 10. He comes up the middle, and there's a hole there. If he can get through, one more step. Again, oh no, that is number 31. David Choate. David looked like he got shot out of a cannon on that play. Brought it out to his own 35 with a great return. He was one step from breaking that, folks. You saw the parting of the seas, and he was just tripped up at the end. So here comes the Dracut offense, and let's see what second half what second half adjustments they may have made, or any type of substitutions. Look like they're going with the same group, and with Crowley at quarterback. He's in pistol. Snap to Crowley. Rolls to his right. Fires downfield, and the ball is incomplete. And somebody is hurt on the field. I believe that.
Incomplete. Intended for number 25, Kyle Maxim.
That was intended for number 25, Kyle Maxim. Kyle took a shot. And now we have a 2nd and 10. With Crowley in pistol. And Crowley's the keeper. Throws it to his right, and that play didn't go anywhere. And that was the number 30, Zach McNamee, and that was actually a loss of about 5 yards. So it's a 3rd and 15 for Dracut on the opening drive of the second half. So Dracut comes out in pistol. Slots right and left. Crowley back to pass, looking downfield. Crowley is flushed out, and he throws the ball out of bounds instead of taking the sack.
Crowley's pass. Incomplete.
Crowley's pass is incomplete and was chased by number 31. I would give you his name, folks, but he's really not on the program. Must have changed jerseys before the game, or they didn't list him. So number 31 from Winchester, he made a nice play. Back to pass, back to punt is number 17, Jacob Enright. Jacob had a fake punt their last drive for a first down. I don't think they'll do it here with 4th and 15. Ball is snapped. Nice punt by Enright. Fair catch is called, and the ball is on the ground. It looks like Drake has recovered.
Number 17, Jacob Enright on the punt. And there's a fumble on the play.
Fumble on the play, and it looks like Dracut has recovered. I don't know why the officials are huddling up here, but it's pretty clear the ball was out. I wonder if they're thinking there was some interference in the play. And they got interference on Dracut. That's what I thought.
The call is fair catch interference. Winchester will retain possession.
Well, it looks like he bobbled it, but you can't hit him when he bobbles it. He called fair catch, and that's where the interference is from. So that was one break that Dracut didn't get. So now we have a first, and that was a big penalty because they gave 15-yard more in field position. So Winchester has a first down on Dracut's 41-yard line with Liam Fitzpatrick at quarterback. Calling signals. Spread formation. Man in motion, number 24 is Morocco, and he gets the carry over left tackle for a gain of about 4 yards, 4 to 5 yards, bringing up a 2nd down and 5.
Stopped after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Middies.
I'm trying to look at the Dracut coaches to see if I can pick up their signals and see what defense they're running. Not yet. We'll get there. And so we got Fitzpatrick in shotgun. Snap to Fitzpatrick, and he gives the ball to number 26. Hopefully I can get it for you folks. because, like I said,
Run up the middle by number 26, Brendan Gallagher.
by number 26, Brendan Gallagher.
Stopped after a short gain
That's a gain of 2, so we have a 3rd down and 3 for Winchester.
for Winchester.
Gallagher is to Fitzpatrick's right. In motion, coming back to the backfield is Morocco, and the give is to Morocco up the middle, and he cuts it back to the left, and he's got a clear field. He brings it all the way down to the 3-yard line,
Handoff to number 24.
and actually the 5-yard line.
Chased down by number 25, Kyle Maxim.
Maxim made the tackle downfield, so now we have a Winchester with 1st and goal at the Drake at 5-yard line. Winchester looking to the coaches for their play. Fitzpatrick is set. Gallagher to his left, offset. Shotgun formation, snap, hand off to Gallagher inside. He cuts it back, and he is taken down by number 1, Burgoyne. Burgoyne tried to rip that ball out of there. So now we have a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
To number 26, hit first by number 1, Zach Burgoyne.
So Winchester shifts out, has Casey offset right to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looks over the defense, plays in. Morocco comes in motion, sets up in the backfield. Give it to Morocco over the right side, and he glides in for the touchdown.
Handoff to number 24. And he's in for another Winchester touchdown.
Number 24, Devin Morocco from Winchester scores another touchdown. So the score with 7:25 left in the 3rd quarter is Winchester 21 and Drake at 0. This game had some interest. My friend Colleen Gary, the state representative, and the state representative and the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Extra point is up.
So the score in the 3rd quarter is Winchester 21, Drake at 0. And what I was getting to is our Representative Colin Gary on the floor of the House of Representatives this week made a wager on the Drake at middies versus Winchester with the rep from Winchester, and the bet was that if Drake at wins, the Winchester rep will donate to our food pantry. And now, Winchester doesn't have a food pantry, but they have Meals on Wheels, so if Winchester wins tonight, then Rep. Gary will make a donation to Meals on Wheels in Winchester. So whoever wins, everybody wins, I guess. So Saya is going to be kicking off. And back deep is David Choate. And number 30, Zach Lackmany. Saya approaches the ball, kicks it downfield. And that's a good run back.
Return by number 31, David Choate.
David Choate with a 31-yard return, 30-yard return.
All the way out to
So
the
Drake takes the
39.
ball at their own 39-yard line. So they have good field position here. They can run their entire offense. Crowley brings them out in pistol. Different formation. They had tight end left. And the pass is incomplete. Attempted.
Crowley's pass incomplete. Intended for number 30, Zach Lackmany.
Intended for 30, Zach Lackmany. Burgoyne's coming into the game. And he comes in for Choate at running back. Plays coming in. We have Lavassa split right. We'll see if the ball's going to be going that way. Back to pass. And it does goes to Lavassa, cutting in the middle for a nice 9-yard gain.
Crowley's pass Michael
Again,
Lavasser.
folks, good things happen when Mike Lavasser gets his hands on the ball.
And that is enough for a Drake it. First down.
And that's enough for a Drake at first down. So again, we have Drake with a first down at the 50-yard line. In pistol is Crowley, hands the ball off to number 31, David Choate, for a gain of about 2 yards.
Gain of about 3.
And they went into a power formation
53 on the tackle.
where they had a lead blocker for, they had Burgoyne leading the way as a lead blocker for Choate. Again, they're going with this, it looks like the same type of pistol formation. Burgoyne is offset left. And Choate is directly behind Crowley. Crowley's back to pass, looking downfield. Dumps it off to his left, and it's incomplete. That was a tough play for Tom Crowley because
Crowley's pass.
he was moving to his left, and he was throwing him across his body.
David Choate.
And that's a tough play to make. That's a very risky play, throwing across your body, running away from your throwing arm. By what I mean by throwing with throwing arm, if you're a right-hander and you roll right, you're running towards your throwing arm. If you're a right-hander running to your left and you try to throw across your body, it's tough to be accurate. So here comes the play coming in. Burgoyne is at wing. They make it a trips right. Choate behind Crowley, who rolls to his right. Fires out to Burgoyne. But Burgoyne is tackled
Crowley's pass complete to number 1, Zach Burgoyne.
after a 2-yard gain. So now we have a fourth down.
That'll bring up a 4th down for the Biddies.
Fourth down, it looks like Drake will be punting. All right, Drake comes out in their punt formation with number 17, Jacob Enright punting. There's a snap, and they're running the fake again, and he punts the ball, and he gets it out to. He gets it down to the 30.
Jacob Enright on the punt.
Now Enright was looking. It's almost like an Australian type play.
Winchester will take
They
over
do that in
first and
college
10.
ball a lot, where the punter will run to his kicking side foot,
48-yard line.
get the defense to commit up, and then try to punt it over their head. So the ball is at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for Winchester. We're in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left. As Winchester's looking in for their play, it looks like we have number 14, Fitzpatrick, still a quarterback, and Devin Morocco at running back. Snap. Keep it by Fitzpatrick over to the left, and he is hit and brought down for a 9-yard gain. Making the tackle over that side for Drake
14 on the keeper.
will be number. I can't tell.
Down by number 10, Michael Lavasser.
Okay, I should have known. It looks like it was Michael Lavasser in the tackle. You could hear the tackle. Now we have a 2nd and 1 for Winchester, with the clock ticking with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Winchester comes out. They have Fitzpatrick waiting the snap. Snap, give us to Morocco. And not Morocco, that would be Casey, and Casey gets the first down. I was waiting for a flag. It looks like there was a movement in the backfield, but no call. If we had instant replay, folks, which may be coming for the Methuen game, Methuen Thanksgiving game, we could show that maybe that running back to the left of the quarterback slightly moved before the ball was snapped. But let's not nitpick. So far, the officials have been a non-issue for tonight, and that's a good thing. Fitzpatrick is in shotgun. Morocco to his left, and they give us to Morocco, and he is down. Basically slipped down for a loss of about a yard and a half.
taken down in the backfield.
Tackle, looks like the tackle was made by number 53, Richie Glenn.
And that will bring up a second down for Winchester.
So now we have a second down and about 10.5 yards to go. With the clock running, with 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. So as the clock moves, slip screen to the left to number 21, Casey. And Casey gets the first down out over midfield to Drake's 48-yard line.
Sam Casey, enough for another Winchester first down.
And that's enough for a first down for Winchester as they keep the ball and keep the clock moving. The Winchester coaches basically sending the play in at the last second to utilize when the clock is running, as I would with a 21-point lead. And now here comes the play. Fitzpatrick looks over the defense. The snap, low snap, fires out to his right, and it's complete to number 18.
Pass complete to number 18, taken down by number 17, Jacob Enright.
Number 18 is Stephen Fitzpatrick. Not sure if they're brothers, but they it's funny, and Stephen Fitzpatrick is a senior. Liam's a sophomore. But wouldn't it be, it's usually the other way around where the older brother throws to the younger brother. But here we go. Fitzpatrick is in shotgun, trips to his left. Now he's looking for the play. That play didn't come in. Now here it comes. And the clock is moving with roughly 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This game is rapidly becoming, where Drake will have to start taking chances. Up the middle is Morocco, and Morocco parts the sea and goes in for a 48-yard touchdown. Wow. Didn't expect that. Drake has been playing tough up front.
Running for a 44-yard touchdown.
So Morocco brought it in for a touchdown with 1:52 left in the third quarter, with Winchester leading Drake at 27-0. Number 1, Saya is on for the extra point. Hold by Casey. Snap, ball down, kick is up. And the kick is good. So coming back upfield, folks, with 1 minute and 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Winchester 28 and Drake at nothing.
28. Your Drake at Middies. 0.
Saya gets the ball away. Comes down. Being run back by, let's see when he gets up what number it is.
Kick run back by
Number 31
David Choate.
by David Choate.
Out to the 28-yard line, and Draker will take over. 1st and 10.
Okay, Drake is out for offense now. Crowley fakes, moves off to his right, head up, looking downfield. Fires complete
Crowley's pass
to number 10, Mike Lavasser.
on the sidelines to number 10, Michael Lavasser.
Lavasser did exactly what he should have done, folks. When he saw his quarterback is in trouble, he was running a fly pattern down the right sidelines. He came back and helped, He came back, running back to his quarterback to give him a target. Crowley delivered the ball. Now Drake has a first down on its own 42-yard line. Good play. Crowley is in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands the ball inside to Burgoyne. Burgoyne cuts it up, and he gets 9.5 yards, almost a first down.
Handoff to number 1, Zach Burgoyne.
Zach Burgoyne looks like this offense is moving a little bit.
Tackled by number 23.
So here we go, second down and less than a yard. Crowley in shotgun, and he gives the ball to Burgoyne again. Burgoyne gets a first down and more, and he pounds his way. And he's moving those legs, and he's pounding away, and he drags the pile down to the 37-yard line of Winchester.
And enough for another. Drake it first down.
So Burgoyne looked pretty good, looked very well on that play. Snap. Hannes Burgoyne again up the middle, and he's taken down, but he's taken blockers, tackle is with him for a 4-yard gain down to the 34-yard line.
Solid gain on the play, second down.
So second down and 6. Crowley is in pistol. Snap. Hands the ball off again to Burgoyne. This time Burgoyne is taken down by number 84. Sam Ducharme. Ducharme made a nice play because it looked like Crowley was going to break that one too. So now we have a third down and about 6 yards to go for Drake. Play comes in. I think we're in 2-down territory here, folks. I don't think we'll be punting from the 33-yard line. And the hand is to number 31, Choate. And Choate gets down to about
number 31, David Choate, the ball carrier.
And he gets down to about the 29-yard line, which will leave it about 4th and 2. But there's a penalty marker down. It was thrown from the back judge. Well, let's see. We'll wait to see what the referee looks like. It's getting walked off against Drake. Well, and that's the end of the third quarter, folks. On the penalty with the score, we'll let you know what the penalty is after the. And that was offsides against.
It'll be a first down.
That was offsides against Winchester.
And that will be the end of the third quarter here.
So the end of the third quarter with the score: Winchester 28, Drake at nothing, and we'll see how they mark that off.
Heading into the fourth quarter, Winchester 28, Drake at 0.
So Drake is on probably the best sustained drive of the game. Nice mix of plays, a big play by Crowley to Levasseur on that comeback pattern. But Levasseur saw his quarterback in trouble, came back to help him. Crowley delivered a strike on the run, and they got a nice first down, and they've been moving the ball ever since. So after the penalty is marked off, it's going to be a 3rd and 1. Again, we're in 2 down, so we'll see what Drake does here. Snap to Crowley. The give is to Burgoyne, and it looks like no gain in the play. And we'll see where the side judge is going to mark it. He's got his foot down. So it looks like we're going to have 4th down and about a little less than a yard.
It'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks like we have a Drake at timeout here. Coaches on the field. Oh, we're gonna have
we have the winner of tonight's
no.
50-50
Coach is calling a measurement.
A green ticket, number 793286. Once again.
So it's it's about the size of a football.
Number 793286.
So it looks like Drake obviously is going to go for it. Coach calling a play. Levasseur's at quarterback. Offset right is Burgoyne. Snap to Levasseur. He bobbles it. And he fumbles it forward. and it's gonna be, because of the fumble, it's gonna be Winchester ball.
Fumble on the play. Winchester recovers.
So the ball gets turned over and down. It doesn't really matter who recovered because it was not going for a first down. So Winchester has a first down. Let's see where they spot it, on their own 35-yard line. So we have 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Winchester has the ball with a 28-0 lead. Fitzpatrick is in shotgun. Casey to his left, Morocco to his right. The hand is to Casey inside. And Casey breaks it. And there he goes, Casey, 35-30, 25-20, and ripped out of bounds.
Handoff to number 21, Sam Casey. Chased down by number 17, Jacob Enright.
So they went from the 35-yard line. Let's add this up, folks. From the 35-yard line to the Drake at 23, which is, okay, let's add this up. Which is a 52-yard run. 52-yard run. Looks out. Well, that's as close as I'm going to get. You know, as I always tell my kids, I went to law school, not medical school, so I can't add. Fitzpatrick takes a snap. Handoff to number 26, Gallagher, and Gallagher fights for some extra yards, but he is driven back by the inside of the Drake line, led by Zach Burgoyne. That was led by Zach Burgoyne and number 7, Ty Mallow. Nice to say Ty's name this game. So we have a 2nd and 7 for Winchester at the Drake at 20-yard line. Clock is running as Winchester takes his time between each play. They may be in strength, they may not be in the huddle, but they're taking their time after every play. So here comes Casey back to the backfield, and Casey gets the ball going over the right side, and he turns it upfield, and he barrels down to the Drake at 5-yard line. Which is almost a 17-yard gain. They went from the 20 to the 5-yard. That's a 15-yard gain, folks. So as Winchester waits for the play to come in the game, they are wearing down the inside of the Drake at front line. They are much bigger, and now they're starting to lean on them in this quarter of the game. Well, Fitzpatrick's in pistol, takes the ball, hands the ball to Gallagher over the right side, and he is swarmed by a number of Drake tacklers.
Up the middle, number 26.
And it looks like a loss of 1 yard back to the 6-yard line. So they'll have a second goal on the 6-yard line. Clock is ticking away with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. As you can see, Winchester is taking its time. And there's my man Mike Poitras with that sideline shot. Taking a picture of the Drake High School students supporting their schoolmates. So Fitzpatrick is in pistol. Hands the ball off to Gallagher, and he is stuffed.
Handoff on the play. Hit in the backfield. It'll bring up 3rd down for Winchester.
And he is tackled by number 53, Richie Glenn. That's the second nice play Glenn has made. Although he's probably made more, folks, but it's really difficult at this time of night to tell the numbers, tell the players apart, because Drake numbers are gray on the blue background rather than it being a lot easier for us up here if they were white. So here we go, Fitzpatrick, 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. And and Winchester is taking their time. They have a coach with a stopwatch on the sideline, timing it out. Then they send the play in, and they make sure they run the clock. Back to Patrick. Patrick throws to the right. And that is incomplete. And there's a flag.
Incomplete. Flag on the play.
So there's a flag on the play thrown by the back judge, and it looks like it's probably going to be an interference call on Drake. They picked up the flag. Nice. At least they talked about it and they got the call right. So now we have a fourth.
Picked up. There is no foul on the play.
So now we have a 4th and 9, and here comes the Winchester punt team. I mean, field goal team, folks. Sayo on the field goal attempt, and the field goal attempt is from 25 yards. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Field goal attempt is
With
up.
7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game in the fourth quarter, the score is Winchester 31 and Drake nothing.
24-yard field goal attempt is successful.
And so as the teams come back upfield,
Score. With 7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, Winchester 31, Drake 0.
well, it was good, folks, to see the officials confer on that, because I thought that was excellent timing at defensive play, and I thought the ball was uncatchable too. And there's Mike Poitras down there making friends with everybody. That's the only way he can make friends, if he has a camera in his hand. They all smile for him and wave to him. If he didn't have the camera, no one would look at him. Now Winchester is going to be kicking the ball off. Kicking off is number 1, Saya. I'm not doing his last name. I'll get his parents mad at me. And he drills the ball. And it drills it out of the end zone. And Draco will take over at their own 20-yard line. That was his best kick of the night.
Kickoff out of bounds. That will be a touchback.
That was a nice kick by him. So as the Drake offense huddles up with to decide what they're going to do when they have 7 minutes left, 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, to see if they can get on the board here. Crowley is in shotgun. Crowley back to pass. Fires to his right. A slip screen to number 6, Odiana. Odiana fumbles the ball out of bounds.
Crowley's pass complete to number 6, Michael Odiana.
So Odiana gets a
Fumble out of bounds. Draco will keep
a nice little 8-yard gain out of that. We'll take that. Nice way to start a drive.
And 4 for the midi.
So we'll have 2nd and 3 for Drake. That's a 7-yard gain. Crowley in shotgun. Looks over the defense. Hands the ball off inside. And there's the piles moving again. Looks like a rugby scrum, folks. And that was
number 1, Zach Burgoyne.
and that was carried to number 1, Burgoyne. Burgoyne is a tough kid to take down. He doesn't stop his legs from going.
3, it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the midi.
So we have a 3rd and 1 at the 29-yard line of Drake. With Drake with the ball, Crowley in shotgun. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left, and the clock is running. Ball is snapped. Burgoyne to his right, gets the first down, and has a nice little 4-yard gain. First down, Drake as they move the chains.
Solid gain. And it'll be a Drake first down.
Crowley's back in shotgun. Or pistol. I'll explain that a little later in the game, folks. Between shotgun and pistol. Crowley throws over to the right to Levasseur. Levasseur on the slip screen flies upfield
Crowley's pass
with a 7-yard gain to Drake's 42-yard line. The difference between shot, and I'll say it continually, pistol is basically a shorter way. The quarterback is closer to the center in pistol than in shotgun. Shotgun, they're standing far deep, hence the name pistol and the name shotgun. So hopefully I'm clear on that. Crowley gets the snap in pistol, hands the ball off inside to Burgoyne, and it looks like Burgoyne's going to spin his way into a first down.
Burgoyne in the carry, lunges forward, enough for a Drake first down.
So Burgoyne made a nice run. He got hit at about a yard short of the first down, but he spun his way forward into a first down, falling forward, which most good running backs do. Now Burgoyne's a little tired right now coming out of the game. Choate's in to replace him. Crowley is in pistol, with Choate stacked behind him. Ball is snapped to Crowley, looking downfield. Fires the out and up.
Crowley's pass incomplete, intended for number 25, Kyle Maxim.
Pass is incomplete, intended for 25 Maxim. Boy, I'd like to see that over again. Looks like the Winchester defensive back was all over Maxim, but, you know, you'd rather them swallow the whistles than use them too much. That's what any coach would hope for. Just let the kids play the game on the field. So Crowley's in pistol. Looks downfield, back to pass. Out to his right is complete. Complete to number 20, to number 25. Kyle Maxim makes a nice catch and brings the ball to it. They didn't.
It will be 3rd and 4 for the Middies.
That's a nice play by Crowley. He didn't force the ball. He saw Maxim. He hit him. They got a nice makeable short 3rd down, and they actually are in 2-down territory now anyway to get 3 yards and 2 downs. Crowley's back to pass. Plenty of time. Fires downfield deep to Maxim, and it is incomplete. Nice pass by Crowley.
Downfield, incomplete, intended for number 25, Kyle Maxim.
So now we have a 4th down. We have a 4th and 3. And the clock, the ref indicated that they're running the play clock, not the game clock. 4th and 3 from Winchester's 46-yard line. Crowley takes a snap, looks downfield, fires out to the right. It is complete to Odiana. Odiana keeps fighting, and he gets stacked up and knocked out of bounds.
Crowley's pass complete to number 6, Michael Odiana.
Odiana
on the block.
gets a nice 8-yard gain and a 1st down and out of bounds.
The clock is on the field. The clock is frozen up.
The clock now is being taken on the field, so I won't be updating you on the time. Crowley takes the ball back to pass. Crowley's getting hot here, and he fires complete to Levasseur on the right side, and Levasseur spins down to the 27-yard line for close to a 1st down. We may want to measure this.
The clock is on the field.
And the referees give him a 1st down, so it's 1st and 10 Drake at the 27-yard line of Winchester. Crowley in pistol, takes the snap, hands the ball off inside. The number 1, Zach Burgoyne, and Burgoyne rambles and rumbles and stumbles his way all the way for a 7-yard gain down to the 20-yard line. He's been like a sledgehammer.
It'll be 2nd down for the Middies.
So it's 2nd down and 3 for Drake. Snap to give to Burgoyne again over the left side, and he gets a 1st down, and he spins forward to the 13-yard line for a 1st down.
Burgoyne to the carry.
Drake has a nice mix going here, folks.
And a timeout is called.
Timeout by Drake.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Middies after the timeout.
So Drake will have a 1st and 10 and probably the best drive of the game. So we're somewhere in the middle of the 4th quarter, folks. The game clock is not operating right now. It's being kept on the field. And we're really not getting appraise of what time it is up here. So we'll just call the game as we get them. As Drake has a 1st down on Medford. Medford. I got Medford on the head. Winchester's 13-yard line. So Crowley is in shotgun. And pistol shot. He's in pistol this time. And he's got Burgoyne. Fakes to Burgoyne down the middle, and it's a Drake touchdown.
Pass over the middle, complete. To number 10, Michael Levasseur.
Michael Levasseur on the touchdown. So Drake gets on the board. Now in the middle of the fourth quarter, they're trailing 31-6 as they go for two here. Crowley is in pistol, looks over his right, and he's going to get crushed for no point.
And the 2-point conversion attempt is no good.
The 2-point conversion is no good as we come
your score
upfield.
here late in the fourth quarter.
Late in the fourth
Winchester
quarter,
High School 31.
Winchester High School 31,
6.
Drake and Mitty 6. As Winchester's on the verge of winning its fourth game, they have 2 more games remaining, one next week and Thanksgiving Day. So they have a chance to go 500 on the season. Remember, this is a playoff team, folks, who lost to Marblehead last week 28-7. So this is a good team that Drake is playing tonight. And that's coming on because they have a good young quarterback. The kid is in control, and he's a sophomore. So there's a good future here for the Winchester Sashams. I'll just say Winchester High School because I don't get the nickname, but that's just me. Onside kick, fielded and down with fielded by number 84. We've called his name tonight.
Down.
By number 84, that would be Sam Duchamp.
At the 33-yard line, and Winchester will take over.
So Winchester has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. So in the game, a quarterback for Winchester is number 6, Pat Costello. Costello gets the snap, hands the ball off for basically no gain of 1. And
That'll bring up 2nd down for Winchester.
And that carry was by number 32, Chris Farrelly. Again, the Winchester coaches running the clock. Waiting to send the play in. Costello gets the play, calls it out. Spread formation. Snap. The ball is handed off to Farrelly, and he gets a gain of about 3 yards.
Handoff taken down by a handful of Mitty's tacklers.
That's Chris Farrelly.
It'll bring up 3rd down for Winchester.
Chris Farrelly's a sophomore, 6 foot, 182 pounds. Good-sized young man. Into the game for Drake at inside linebacker is Ben Burgess. Costello gets the snap. He's getting set for the snap, gets the snap. Hands the ball inside. And a 1st down for Winchester. The handoff is to number 33.
Handoff up the middle to number 23, Nate Johnson.
To number 33, Nate Johnson.
Enough for a Winchester 1st down.
And that will be enough for a 1st down. Nate Johnson is a 5'8", 165-pound sophomore running back from Winchester. First down for Winchester at the Drake at 45-yard line. Winchester slowly comes to the ball. Costello is in shotgun. Or for them, that would be a pistol formation. And he puts a knee down. They must have got the time from the officials. And so now it'll be a 2nd and 15 as Winchester puts. Will take a knee and end the game. We must be really close to the end of the game. So after this game, that's the end of the ball game. Well, Winchester record goes to 4-6, and Drake's season continues.
Your final score tonight at Beaudry
So
Field.
thank you all for tuning in,
Winchester High
and
School,
we'll see you
31.
next from
Your
DATV
drinking minis,
at Thanksgiving, home against Methuen. Thank you, folks. Good night.
Be sure to join us for the next Beaudry Field on Thanksgiving Day.